Saw is a psychological horror movie that's known for its brutal traps. This film actually had quite a few titles in mind before being called Saw. The options were 2 guys, 1 bathroom, 2 guys, 1 saw, or 2 guys, 1 dead guy. But the producers figured that since the saw was the main point of the movie, they decided to go with that. Anyway, this movie is about 2 guys who are chained up in a bathroom together. They're here because they've both done unspeakable crimes and they deserve to suffer. The first guy is a doctor named Lawrence who denied someone's health insurance plan, probably not on his own choice, more of the company he works for. And the second guy is a photographer named Adam, who's just a photographer actually. There's also a dead guy laying in the floor between them. There's a tape recording with a deep-voiced guy named Jigsaw that says, "I want to play a game," and then it explains that the doctor needs to kill the photographer or else his family's gonna die. I thought maybe they were gonna play Monopoly or something, but I was way off. The tape also says follow your heart, so they look in a toilet that has a heart drawn with poop on it to find 2 hacksaws. They realize that the only way to get free is to use the hacksaws to cut off a foot, but they don't want to do that just yet. A flashback happens and we see another victim of Jigsaw and he's just wrapped up in razor wire. The cops play his tape recording and it's the same deep voiced guy saying, "Hey Paul, you're a guy who's living middle class and yet you cut yourself. Well, now you have a big chance here to cut yourself all over the place if that's what you want." Clearly, Jigsaw thinks that depression is a choice. Anyway, instead of slowly trying to get around the razor wire, Paul just fucking dives right in like a kid in a ball pit, and obviously he dies. Back in the bathroom, the doctor goes, "Hold on, wait a second, this is Jigsaw doing all this to us, and he's not a murderer. All he does is kidnap people and put them into torture traps where they have a 100% chance of dying unless they do exactly what he says." We get another flashback of some dude named Mark who got taken by Jigsaw because he pretended to be sick one time. Mark died because he didn't know how to hold a candle like 1 foot away from himself and he lit up on fire, so I guess he wasn't gonna make it too far in life anyway. We get our 1 millionth flashback of some lady named Amanda who's in a reverse bear trap. She's here because she's addicted to drugs, and instead of getting her some actual help, Jigsaw thought that this was a better option. This guy really just doesn't understand how mental health works, does he? Anyway, a puppet tells her that if she can't get the trap off her head is gonna explode or something, so she really needs to act fast. Her task is to cut open the Riddler and get the key out of his stomach, and she does. The cops find Jigsaw, but he's actually Ezio from Assassin's Creed, and he uses his secret blade to cut the guy's throat and escape. Back in the present day, finally, Lawrence finds a box with a cell phone and a cigarette which could be poisoned to kill Adam. They make the stupidest plan ever where Adam pretends to get poisoned and obviously it doesn't work, so Adam gets slightly electrocuted as punishment. Time's up, and Lawrence thinks that his family is dead, so he picks up the saw and goes to work on his foot. Then he grabs the gun and shoots Adam to end the game, but Jigsaw's tweaker partner comes in and he's like, "Hey man, you waited a little too long, so I'm gonna shoot you anyway." But Adam isn't actually dead, so he beats up the tweaker guy with a toilet tank lid. The two crawl up to each other and look like they're trying to recreate the end of Titanic, and Lawrence says he's gonna go get help. Once Lawrence leaves, the dead body gets up and pulls apart his face and he's like, "Hey man, I'm actually Jigsaw. And by the way, Adam, the key to your chain was in that bathtub that you drained in the beginning of the movie." And Adam's like, "Oh shit, I'm such an idiot, I should've grabbed that key." And then the movie gives you one last seizure before Jigsaw walks out of the door and yells "Game over" while slamming the door shut, leaving Adam to die alone. And that's Saw.